What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Today's video sole sponsor is TCGPlayer, and I wouldn't be bringing this to my audience if I didn't see value in it for a lot of you Duelists, and that is their subscription service. You've probably seen it floated around the site. They've done exclusive bonus bucks back for subscribers before, I think just last week or something like that, and who's not to say they'll be doing that again? I actually asked if I was able to say that, and they're like, yes, that is highly likely. So code What's Good without the 5 will give the first 500 people using it $6.99 nice back in TCGPlayer store credit. That's how much the subscription costs monthly, essentially making it free because you get the store credit back for the money you are spending. Now, what I like most is the extra bonus bucks back. This is why I'm putting it in front of you. If you're somebody that is buying a couple boxes a month for different games, you will end up winning on this long term for sure. Also, they're growing TCGPlayer Direct a lot. Sometimes we'll see the really funny prices on the screen. Other times there are Duelists that have really good prices and deals that are grinding Direct also. And through Direct, let's say a buyout is happening and you see Direct's the lowest price at that point, your orders will ship first and you get free shipping. What this means is there's a queue. If you're in Direct and you have a subscription service, it forwards you in the queue, they package your order, they get it out. And also if there's any shipping costs on a Direct order, it will be completely free shipping to you. No order minimum. However, there is a catch with the bonus bucks back, and that's that you have to spend, I believe, $35 in order for the bonus bucks back to kick in, but that is site-wide, not direct. So a booster box pretty much auto gets you there, or if you're building singles, multiple structured decks with that upped MSRP lately, you'll be hitting that pretty darn often. So it depends how long you're a subscriber for. On day 1, you get 1% back. After 3 months, you get 2% back. And after the first year, you get 3% back. Essentially, this is the zone you eventually want to get to. Being a longer term subscriber, you get rewards back. Or if you'd like to just try it out, see how it feels, also get 1% bonus bucks back on your purchase this month, you can use that code What's Good without the 5 in order to try it out and see how it feels. So again, the free shipping is direct for their subscription service, and the shipping first is also direct, but the bonus bucks back is site-wide. I want you all to know that. And you don't have to worry, did I get it? Didn't I get the store credit back? After 500 people have used the code just won't work. So if it's not working for you, 500 people have already claimed it. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and enter that code over on TCGPlayer and check out the service. Get some, extra benefits to buying your cardboard for at least this month, and check it out for yourself. Let's go ahead and talk about Ghost from the Past in today's Market to Watch. I am hearing people get their hands on this product early, and there's a little bit of scary quality control news that I'm hearing. Some people are busting their cases to 0 ghost rares. Other people are busting their cases to 6, 7 ghost rares. And I'm hearing that from the EU on the high end of the ghost rares. I haven't heard from EU on the, oops, I got 0 due to quality control. But people are opening their cases and finding, oh, I got a ton, or yikes, I got none. And we saw that with Grand Creators, right? Where people got boxes full of collector rares and other people got none. We saw that with the Megatons. People got excessive foils. Other people were missing just entire sections of their foils. So quality control continues to plague Konami content to a degree. But when it comes to these boxes, that's kind of an exciting extra gamble, but also pretty darn frightening with how much cases cost. So be aware, if you are case busting, that issue / super mega lottery reward can exist within Ghost from the Past too. Now, Albaz, it's taken over the TCG. Tier 0, it is not yet, but it is taking up more and more and more of that pie chart with Despia and all the goodness. And I do want to say, if you're going for Secret Albaz, because I'm seeing this bubble up, run lower on quantities, $40, with the Secret Albaz, it's the highest rarity now, but you do have the OTS pack coming 19 that will have an ultimate rare Albaz, so keep that in mind. If you're sinking your money and you're like, I'm good, I got max rarity for a while, I love max rarity, this is max rarity for only so long. But I do also look forward to seeing how the ulti looks. European ultis lately have been slamming it with home runs versus the TCG ones looking a little weaker versus them. But the Fallen of Albaz still, Rise of the Duelist, first edition secret, it should be holding decent value even when the ultimate comes out. But if you're a max rarity person, there is the ulti on the horizon. Now, it costs so much to pay the Albaz decks. You gotta play the adventure tokens. You gotta play DPE. I haven't seen Andres Torres' list yet, but I did see his initial take on it on YouTube, and he does quote still, no Brave, no DPE, no Dragoon. I've been hearing from people that he was on the Fright for Patchwork Edge Imp Chain engine, and you do see this has been selling out, going up in price. There are some more quantities back of the rares. People on the other market watches were saying, I didn't know this was up this high, and I do find it a little funny. This is the second Fluffal Fright for engine to see some success, right? We had Bear, Toy Vendor Wings before, now we just have Patchwork into Chain, and you know a piece that you'll be wanting with this, though, is going to be, besides the chain that you need, polymerization, and there is the new Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 version of the secondary art, not our initial LOB art, that people really seem to love and a very great rarity for it. It's only $5 right now. You can use that TCGPlayer link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. And something to note, look at that. Some of the lowest sellers, including Gamer's Choice, are direct there with near mints. But my main point here is I don't think Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 is going to get ripped open in mass. It's bottomed out. The set has failed, and this is one of the highest valued cards as is here. I could see this being $8, $10 in the future, so it is a version of the card I would think getting sooner than later, especially since it's seeing meta play right now and there's not that many listings. Crossout Designator has been skyrocketing up, and so many people keep asking me about it, even though I've been bringing it up in Market Watch, so I will say it once again. This is seeing a lot more play right now. Yes, people play 3 of these, so it can see a higher ceiling of price, but nobody knows the future with that, but it is unlikely to see a reprint for a good amount of time, and Konami knows these 10s have been struggling, but now the sealed is slowly going up as people hunt Crossout Designator. Triple Tactics Talent has seen more play in this format, and Zeus is another really decent staple, and then they avoided reprinting Ice Dragon's Prison. So the top end of the 10s continues to kind of start to lean towards better pricing. Konami's holding out. They're trying to push these 10s, and with deck building, you have a format where it's not on the negate. You instead have response, and maybe one negation on the board. We will head towards a Splight format, which kind of similarly is a lot of response kind of stuff on the field so far. So I do think Crossout Designator has a pretty bright future across formats, but let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I've also seen the Buyout Facebook group circling this card saying, oh, this is going to go up, get in on yours now. There's a lot of people interested in this going up too, especially those people who spent $118 pre-sales, ouch. But when it comes to Crossout Designator, I do think this is still decent value despite the spike, versus other buyouts where you see it calm down. It feels like it's got a really long and bright future from now, unless Konami bopped it on the list, kind of like the OCG did. Libromancer Geek Boy got a double down buyout. A lot of people are comparing this to the S-Force buyouts. I don't think the S-Force had as big of a jump / hype, but there's those initial Dimension Force reveals. Libromancer seemed like a decent engine. You still are going to miss the future OCG card crafted for this archetype, which could bring it to the next level or make it kind of Vindred Yep, where we're waiting for years for it to pan out. But do be aware that Geek Boy's spike has doubled up versus the last market watch towards $10, $11. This was very interesting in the stream. Vision, Hero, Ferris, and Increase. What did I think their prices would end up at for the secret rares with the reprints starting to bottom out? I really would never bet against max rarity heroes, but my guess was $18 and $12 for Ferris being 18, Increase being 12, and already you do have Ferris under 18, and we don't even have the set here where people have these mass in hand, right? And then you have Increase actually very close to that 12, around $14, so they likely do have the potential to go down a little further before people start to consider buying them out, as a lot of people are listing, selling, just trying to get value out. They don't care about Secret or Ultra, but long term, I never bet against max rarity heroes, so do keep your eyes on these ones. Celestial Double Star Shaman is seeing a respike, but this is nothing new to the market, I want to point out. Like, it has these spikes, falls. Maybe people discovered this card because of the Synchro Festival. Somebody was flying it by me. Do you think it's because of Splight it's level 2? Well, no, you would have to run a level 1 and a level 1 in order to Synchro Summon into this level 2. So I don't think it's like Splight type or anything like that. But if you know the reason why it is going back up, besides being Duelist Saga value, as people look at Wandering King Wildwind getting its reprint finally, and, you know, this one not getting that different kind of printing, let me know why you think that Double Star Shaman is going up. Dino Mommy buyouts have cooled out and are doing the graph thing we just talked about, where I didn't think it would be happening with Crossout Designator anytime soon. This, however, is that going ahead, buying it, it's almost here, buyout that happened with the Dino Morphia stuff, where it can be played with Albaz, and it's having the OCG impact, and it's back down in price towards $18 instead of that $30 people were actually spending at. And a lot of people are still grabbing this at 20. People are still grabbing it as it falls down in price, so it's not like the sales rates disappeared, but the competition way upped on this card. So be aware, the Dino Mommy stuff, it's cooling down. Maybe not the Eternal Rival 2.0 on Market Watch, but we'll wait and see. Nightbeam's a card I've never respected. Let me just get that out of the way. It appears in past formats, but what I've never liked about this card is that you can chain another card that's not the set Spell and Trap, and then chain the set Spell and Trap. It's the first kind of moves where I was seeing like, yo, that's kind of like next level knowledge in the game of you either know the game or you don't, just based off of cards existing, what you can do versus those cards. Also, another pro move, I know I'm rambling a little, is Castel and Diamond Direwolf, where if you already summon Castel, use both materials, and you have Direwolf, you pop the Castel in DUEA and older formats, and your Direwolf still has a material and might be able to be used again. I love those old school knowledge plays around the cards. So the fact that while they can't activate in response to the card's activation, they still can activate elsewhere. Nightbeam is up in price for Spell and Trap removal, but you can dance around the card. Be aware of that. It's not a you can't activate period to it. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror also for past formats is getting bought out. It looks like maybe this is Edison yet, maybe this is past formats. I don't think it's necessarily the floodgate for this current format right now, but let me know what you think about Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. This and Light Imprisoning were very expensive for a long time back in the day too. And then I was looking around Brothers of Legend and just thinking about futures of products versus other products coming out, and I once again want to say the seal did go up, and you do have the top end chases, but a lot of this value is scheduled just to go down out of the top half guaranteed, except for Magician Souls, which still could appear in Legendary Duelist Season 3. Nibiru is actually pretty solid too, but I imagine we'll see future reprints of this card, right, Konami? You want to just print it a couple times and stop, right? That reprint was so good, let's do it again. But the evil heroes bled the value and are likely to bleed further. That double dose of Jaden and Legendary Duelist Season 3 hinted. Forbidden Droplet guaranteed to be in this year's Megatins, and a lot of the other cards are under $3 from there. So I'm looking at the set like after Droplet starts to sink, what does the set have going for it besides Dragoon? And Dragoon has that armor because it's kind of guaranteed to be in the Megatins too right now, set content subject to change. But that early announcement is there, and I do want to repoint out that the top end is falling after its initial buyout while the Ultra isn't. So this is your struggles with Sealed. Like every Battles of Legend, Dragons of Legend has done good long term. The set's initially sold, been ripped open a good amount. There's some holders, some not holders, right? But if you are holding, you do want to question, where's my value inside of the packs? And value doesn't always lead to it too. I want to point out Duelist Pack Battle City. Nobody is saying open Duelist Pack Battle City. There's so many good chases. But I actually had a couple boxes of this that I sold for a holiday sale. People in the Discord let me know they even still have them. This sold out at $330. Packs individually listed at $30 because you have Yugi and Kaiba on the cover, yet Sphere Mode, which has been reprinted several times, is the only card like original to the set worth pulling, and everything else is pretty darn cheap. So again, you don't always have to have that value inside. Sometimes anime characters, which you wonder why Konami plasters them all over your sets, are the thing that really push it long term. This actually bottomed out initially too. I remember it clearanced, and I opened a bunch of them for Juragettos when it spiked to 20, when Cosmos were using Juragetto, and I just got everything else free, but I sold my Sphere modes at 7s. This is all ancient stuff, but it did bottom out on clearance. It did get a reason to get ripped open. Then there wasn't much. Then it aged well. The one thing I do think this has going well for it, Battles of Legend, Brothers of Legend, would be that you have Karibo cover cards, and people actually really do love Karibos, like full-on collections around them. Look at Wing Karibo's price, which is different due to the GX, but long terms, Karibos stay winning, weird enough. Do question, though, you're sealed, why you're keeping it, what's in it, and always be thinking. I'm not a financial advisor channel. I don't obviously know the future of where product will go, but you want to constantly think about these things if you are holding sealed. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the TCGPlayer subscription service. I will have this as the only link in the description and pinned in the comments section. And the first 500 people will get that $6.99 nice back in store credit, essentially making that first month free.